Gentlemen, I need you to stop what you're doing right now and pay close attention because what I'm about to reveal could be the difference between feeling like a shadow of your former self and reclaiming the vitality you thought was gone forever. Right now, as you're reading this, there's a battle happening inside your body, a silent war between decline and restoration. And most men have no idea they're losing because nobody ever told them the truth. They wake up tired, drag themselves through the day, avoid intimate moments because they're terrified of disappointing their partner, and convince themselves this is just what happens when you get older. But what if I told you that everything you've been told about aging and male vitality is incomplete? What if there's a specific spot on your body, overlooked by almost everyone, that when stimulated correctly for just 60 seconds a day, could trigger a cascade of changes so profound that men in their 70s are experiencing morning vitality they haven't felt in decades? I've witnessed this transformation countless times, and the men who discover this ancient technique, backed by modern science, can't believe they suffered for years when the solution was literally at their fingertips. Stay with me, because in the next few minutes, you're going to learn exactly where this spot is, why it works, how traditional medicine knew about it for centuries, while modern healthcare forgot, and most importantly, the precise technique that separates life-changing results from wasted effort. Before we dive into the solution, you need to understand what's really happening inside your body right now. And I promise you, it's not what you think. Most men blame everything on testosterone, thinking if they could just boost their hormone levels, everything would snap back into place, like flipping a switch. But here's the uncomfortable truth that medical professionals rarely explain clearly. Your testosterone levels might be perfectly fine, and you could still be experiencing every symptom of decline. Why? Because the real problem isn't happening in your bloodstream. It's happening in your pelvic floor, a complex network of muscles, nerves, and blood vessels that most men don't even know exists until something goes wrong. These muscles are supposed to be both strong and flexible, responsive and relaxed, supporting your bladder, your bowel, and most critically, your sexual function. But after decades of sitting in office chairs, driving cars, slouching on couches, combined with chronic stress that keeps your body in constant fight or flight mode, these muscles become paradoxically tight and weak at the same time. Imagine a rubber band that's been stretched out and left in the sun for years. It looks tense. It feels rigid, but it's actually lost its elasticity, its snap, its ability to respond the way it should. That's what's happening in your pelvic floor right now. This combination of tightness and weakness creates a perfect storm of problems. First, circulation slows down dramatically. The blood vessels running through your pelvic region get compressed by these chronically tight muscles, reducing the flow of oxygen-rich blood to all the tissues that need it most. Think about a garden hose with someone standing on it. The water pressure drops, the flow becomes weak and inconsistent, and nothing downstream gets properly nourished. Second, nerves get compressed and irritated. Your body has major nerve pathways running through the pelvic floor, carrying signals for sensation, pleasure, and function. When muscles are tight and inflamed, these nerves can't transmit signals clearly. It's like trying to have a phone conversation with terrible reception. The message gets garbled, delayed, or lost completely. Third, the muscles themselves forget how to work properly. They're supposed to contract powerfully when needed and relax completely when not. But chronic tension means they're always partially contracted, never fully relaxed, which drains your energy and prevents proper function. And fourth, this entire situation creates a negative feedback loop with your hormones and nervous system. When your body is constantly stressed and tense, it produces more cortisol, which suppresses testosterone production and keeps you in a state of chronic inflammation. The longer this continues, the worse it gets, and most men have been stuck in this cycle for years, without even realizing it. By the time most men reach their 60s, nearly 70% have some degree of pelvic floor dysfunction. But here's the shocking part. Most of them have absolutely no idea. They just assume that difficulty with urination, reduced sensitivity, unreliable performance, and declining energy are inevitable parts of aging. They resign themselves to it, avoid talking about it, and slowly withdraw from aspects of life that used to bring them joy and connection. I've seen this pattern hundreds of times in clinical practice. Men come in embarrassed, frustrated, sometimes even hopeless, convinced that their best years are permanently behind them. They've tried supplements that promised miracles, but delivered nothing. They've considered medications, but worry about side effects. They've read about treatments that sound invasive, expensive, or risky. And through all of this, they've been suffering needlessly because the solution has been hiding in plain sight, literally on their own body, waiting to be discovered and activated. Now here's where things get fascinating, and this is the part that changes everything once you understand it. There's a specific point on the male body that acts like a reset switch for the entire pelvic floor system. It's called the perineum, and in some traditional medical systems, it's referred to as the $1 million point, which should tell you something about how valuable this knowledge is. Picture the area between your scrotum and your anus, right in the middle of that space. I know this isn't typical dinner conversation, but anatomically, this spot is absolutely critical. And here's why. Major blood vessels that supply the entire genital region run directly through this area. Key nerve pathways that control sensation and function pass across it. The root of the penis anchors there internally, and it sits directly above the prostate gland. When this area becomes tight, congested, or poorly circulated, everything downstream suffers. Blood flow decreases. Nerve signals weaken, muscles stay contracted, and the entire system gradually declines. But when you stimulate this point correctly, using the right pressure, the right technique, and the right consistency, something remarkable happens. The stimulation acts like a pump, manually encouraging blood flow through the compressed vessels. Each gentle press and release pushes stagnant blood out and draws fresh, oxygenated blood in, bringing nutrients and removing waste products that have been accumulating. The mechanical pressure also helps decompress those irritated nerves, reducing inflammation and allowing signals to travel more clearly and efficiently. The muscles of the pelvic floor receive direct stimulation that reminds them how to contract and relax properly, breaking the cycle of chronic tension. And perhaps most importantly, this focused attention activates your parasympathetic nervous system, the rest and digest mode. That's the opposite of stress response. This nervous system shift lowers cortisol levels, reduces inflammation throughout your body, and creates the internal environment necessary for natural function to return. Physical therapists use this technique for pelvic floor rehabilitation. Urologists quietly recommend it for prostate health. Traditional Chinese medicine has incorporated it for thousands of years. And modern clinical research is finally catching up, confirming what practitioners have known all along. This point works, and it works reliably when used correctly. But knowing where the spot is located is only the beginning. What really determines whether this becomes a transformative practice or just another forgotten tip is understanding the precise technique, the how-to that separates meaningful results from wasted effort. First, let's talk about positioning, because accessing this area comfortably makes all the difference in consistency. You have two good options. Either sit on the edge of a chair with your feet flat on the floor and your torso leaning slightly forward, which opens up the pelvic region and reduces pressure on your lower back, or lie on your back with your knees bent and feet flat, which is especially good if you have any back issues or want to do this as part of a morning or bedtime routine. Both positions allow easy access while keeping you relaxed, which is crucial because tension defeats the purpose. Next, you'll use your index and middle fingers together for the massage. Locate the midpoint between your scrotum and anus by gently palpating the area. You're looking for a slightly softer, more tender spot right in the middle. When you find it, you'll know because it feels different from the surrounding tissue, perhaps slightly more sensitive or responsive to pressure. Now here's where most people make their first mistake. They press way too hard, thinking that more pressure equals better results. This is delicate tissue with sensitive nerves running through it, and excessive pressure will only cause soreness, inflammation, or discouragement. The right amount of pressure is similar to testing a ripe tomato or pressing on your closed eyelid through the lid. You want firm, steady contact, but nothing that causes pain or significant discomfort. If you're pressing hard enough to feel strain in your hand or arm, you're pressing too hard. Once you've found the spot and established the right pressure, you have several motion options, and different men respond better to different patterns. The first option is circular motion. Press gently on the point and then move your fingers in small circles, about 30 seconds clockwise and 30 seconds counterclockwise. Keep the circles small, maybe the size of a quarter, and maintain consistent pressure throughout the movement. This circular technique is excellent for promoting circulation and lymphatic drainage. The second option is press and release. Apply steady pressure to the point for about 5 seconds, focusing on sinking in gradually rather than pushing suddenly. Then release completely for 5 seconds. Repeat this cycle for the full minute. This pulsing action is particularly effective for encouraging blood flow, working like a manual pump to move fluid through the area. The third option is rhythmic pulsing. Apply gentle pressure and then use small up and down or in and out movements, creating a pulsing rhythm without ever losing contact with the spot. This technique combines elements of both previous methods, and some men find it most effective for nerve stimulation. The key insight here is that there's no single perfect technique that works for everyone. Your body is unique, your level of pelvic floor tension is individual, and your sensitivity will vary from day to day. The best approach is to experiment with each technique for several days, paying attention to how your body responds, and then stick with whichever pattern feels most effective and sustainable for you. Some men notice warmth spreading through the area during massage, which is a good sign of increased circulation. Others feel a gentle tingling or release of tension. Some don't feel much during the massage itself, but notice improved function over the following hours and days. All of these responses are normal and indicate that the technique is working. Consistency is infinitely more important than intensity. 1 minute of gentle, focused massage every single day will produce far better results than 5 minutes of aggressive pressure done sporadically. Think of this like watering a plant. Regular small amounts are much better than occasional flooding. Your body responds to consistent signals, and when you show up daily with this practice, your nervous system begins to anticipate and prepare for it, amplifying the benefits over time. Many men report that after the first week, their body almost seems to crave this daily reset, and they can feel the difference on days when they skip it. Now let's talk about amplifying your results, because while the massage itself is powerful, combining it with the right oils can dramatically enhance the effects. This isn't just about making the massage more comfortable or reducing friction, though those are benefits. Certain oils have specific properties that work synergistically with the mechanical stimulation to boost circulation, reduce inflammation, and support hormonal balance. Think of the massage as the hardware and the oil as the software upgrade that makes everything run more efficiently. Castor oil is the first option worth considering, and it has a fascinating history spanning thousands of years across multiple cultures. Modern research has finally validated what traditional healers knew instinctively. Castor oil contains ricinoleic acid, a unique fatty acid with powerful anti-inflammatory properties. When applied topically and massaged into tissue, it penetrates deeper than most oils, reaching underlying structures and promoting healing at a cellular level. Many men report feeling a gentle warming sensation after massaging with castor oil, which indicates increased blood flow to the area. The combination of mechanical massage plus the chemical action of ricinoleic acid creates a synergistic effect that's greater than either alone. Castor oil is thick and sticky, so a little goes a long way, and you'll want to wear old underwear because it can stain fabric. Virgin coconut oil offers a lighter, more pleasant alternative that's particularly good for men with sensitive skin or those who want something less messy. Coconut oil absorbs quickly, has natural antibacterial properties that keep the area healthy, and contains medium-chain fatty acids that some research suggests may support testosterone production. It also smells pleasant, which matters more than you might think for maintaining a daily practice. Nobody wants to do their health routine with an oil that smells medicinal or unpleasant. Coconut oil is solid at room temperature, but melts instantly in your hands, making it easy to apply and massage with. For men willing to invest a bit more, black seed oil represents the premium option with remarkable properties. Also known as Nigella sativa oil, it contains thymoquinone, a compound that research shows improves circulation, supports testosterone production, and has powerful anti-inflammatory effects. Black seed oil is more expensive than castor or coconut oil, but many men who try it report that the results justify the cost. It has a distinctive earthy smell that some people love and others find takes getting used to, but its effectiveness is undeniable. You can also create custom blends that combine the best properties of multiple oils. A popular and effective combination is using coconut and castor oil as your base, roughly equal parts of each, then adding a few drops of essential oils chosen for their specific properties. Peppermint essential oil creates a cooling sensation that enhances circulation and feels invigorating. Rosemary essential oil has been traditionally used for vitality, and research suggests it may support healthy testosterone levels. Sandalwood essential oil has been used for centuries in traditional medicine for male reproductive health and has a grounding masculine scent that many men appreciate. A critical warning about essential oils. They are extremely concentrated and should never be applied undiluted to sensitive tissue. Use no more than 3 to 4 drops of essential oil per ounce of carrier oil. Mix thoroughly and test on a small area first to ensure you don't have sensitivity. The choice of oil isn't just a minor detail or optional luxury. The right oil actually amplifies the mechanical benefits of massage through chemical pathways, creating a comprehensive treatment that addresses circulation, inflammation, nerve function, and hormonal balance simultaneously. This is why men who commit to using quality oils consistently report faster and more dramatic improvements than those who massage without any oil or with random oils not chosen for their therapeutic properties. Timing is another crucial factor that most men overlook, yet it can significantly impact your results. When you perform this massage matters almost as much as how you do it. The 2 optimal times are first thing in the morning and right before bed, each offering distinct benefits that work with your body's natural rhythms. Morning massage serves as a kickstart for your entire system. After hours of sleep, circulation naturally slows, and fluids can pool in certain areas. By massaging first thing in the morning, you're actively increasing blood flow and oxygen delivery throughout your pelvic region, which then supports function throughout the day. Many men report that morning massage helps them feel more energized, mentally clear, and physically confident from the moment they start their day. It's like sending a signal to your entire body that says we're awake, we're functional, and we're ready. Evening massage serves a completely different but equally important purpose. After a full day of sitting, standing, stress, and activity, your pelvic floor muscles have likely accumulated tension without you even realizing it. A bedtime massage helps activate your parasympathetic nervous system, the calming rest and digest mode that prepares your body for deep, restorative sleep. This practice can help lower cortisol levels that built up during the day, reduce inflammation, and set the stage for natural hormonal rhythms to function optimally during sleep, which is when most testosterone production and tissue repair occurs. Many men find that evening massage improves their sleep quality, reduces nighttime urination, and helps them wake feeling more refreshed. Ideally, you would massage twice daily, morning and evening, for maximum benefit. However, if that feels overwhelming or unrealistic for your schedule, choose the time that works best for you and commit to it consistently. 1 minute every single day at the same time is vastly superior to sporadic longer sessions whenever you remember. Your body thrives on routine and predictability, and establishing this as a non-negotiable daily habit, like brushing your teeth, ensures you'll actually stick with it long enough to experience the cumulative benefits that build over weeks and months. The ripple effects of this simple practice extend far beyond what you might initially expect, touching multiple aspects of your physical and mental well-being in surprising ways. Many men report significant improvements in bladder control, which might not seem directly related, but makes perfect sense anatomically. The same pelvic floor muscles that support sexual function also support bladder control, and as these muscles regain strength and coordination, urinary function improves. This means fewer urgent trips to the bathroom, better control overall, reduced nighttime waking to urinate, and greater confidence in social situations where bathroom access might be limited. For men who've been dealing with these issues for years, the improvement in quality of life is profound. Chronic hip and lower back pain often improves dramatically as well, which surprises many men until they understand the interconnection of these areas. Tight pelvic floor muscles pull on the pelvis and lower spine, contributing to misalignment and chronic tension. By releasing this foundational tension, the entire kinetic chain can realign more naturally, reducing pain and improving mobilities. Men who've been stretching, strengthening, and treating their backs for years with limited success sometimes find that addressing pelvic floor tension was the missing link along athletic performance and recovery. See measurable improvements as better circulation throughout the pelvic region means more efficient delivery of nutrients and oxygen to working muscles and faster removal of waste products like lactic acid. This translates to better endurance, quicker recovery between workouts, and reduced muscle soreness. Even men who aren't serious athletes notice they have more energy for physical activities they enjoy. Whether that's hiking, playing with grandchildren, or working in the garden, the mental and emotional benefits might be the most profound and unexpected. Improved mood, increased self-confidence, sharper mental focus, and reduced anxiety are commonly reported, and they make sense from a physiological standpoint. Enhanced blood flow throughout the body includes improved circulation to the brain, supporting cognitive function and mental clarity. Reduced chronic pain and improved function naturally elevate mood and self-esteem. And perhaps most importantly, taking control of your health through consistent daily practice creates a positive feedback loop of empowerment that radiates into other areas of life. Men who feel physically capable and vital tend to engage more fully with their relationships, pursue goals they've been putting off, and generally approach life with renewed optimism and energy. When you combine this 1-minute practice with other simple healthy habits, the synergistic effects multiply your results exponentially. Staying adequately hydrated supports circulation and helps your body respond more effectively to the massage. Getting quality sleep allows your body to repair and regenerate, amplifying the benefits. Moving your body regularly, even just walking daily, keeps blood flowing and prevents the stagnation that contributes to pelvic floor dysfunction. Managing stress through deep breathing, time in nature, or activities you enjoy reduces the chronic tension that counteracts your efforts, and eating whole foods rich in nutrients supports the hormonal balance and tissue health necessary for optimal function. Think of this practice as the foundation, the cornerstone habit that makes everything else work better. It's a minimal time investment, just 60 seconds, that yields maximum returns across multiple dimensions of health and vitality. The beauty of this approach is its simplicity and accessibility. You don't need expensive equipment, risky medications, invasive procedures, or complicated protocols. You need your own hands, the right knowledge, and the commitment to show up for yourself daily. This is healthcare at its most fundamental and empowering, working directly with your body's innate capacity for healing and restoration, supporting natural functions that have become compromised. and trusting that consistency and patience will yield results. Decline after 60 is not inevitable, not a life sentence, and not something you just have to accept. Your body isn't broken beyond repair. It simply needs reminders, support, and consistent attention to remember how it's meant to function. And those reminders can be as simple as one focused minute each day.